He's Jeff King. I'm Andy Erickson. This is Not Another Shooting Show. We go to North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, where a police officer has been hospitalized after shooting himself in the leg in response to a crime scene in South Carolina. At least 11 people were hospitalized after a shooting in Little River, which was really not a cool thing on Sunday night. It was kind of a bad thing. But the officer was responding to the incident when he accidentally shot himself at a marina about 3 miles away from the scene. The unidentified officer is in the hospital in stable condition. Police have confirmed the shooting on Watson Avenue near Intercoastal Waterway in Little River. It was an isolated incident, and there is no risk to the community. They did not release any information on possible suspects or what led to the shooting. This is still talking about, the shooting, not the cop that shot himself. 11 people were taken to hospitals. No one died, looks like. But a cop 3 miles away shot himself on his way there.
He got very excited.
Very, 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 very excited to get there. I don't know how that happens, but yeah. Anyway, also, there was a story about, where is it? This guy in Vegas, a gun owner, was shot and killed with his own firearm inside a Vegas business after a very erratic man grabbed an open carry firearm off of them. It happened Friday at 4:45 p.m. Police responded to a report of a man being shot inside a business on Charleston Boulevard near Maryland Parkway. When officers arrived, they found a person suffering from a gunshot wound inside. Victim was pronounced dead at the scene. So there was a guy by the name of Kyle Capucci who entered the store and was acting very erratic when he attempted to grab an open carry firearm off of another customer inside the business. The customer and Capucci struggled over the firearm, and when Capucci gained control of it and then shot the customer with his own gun. If you ever needed a reason to not open carry, that would be it.
Yep.
Like, I joke all the time, like, oh, he's got my gun.
Right.
I mean, that's why I make that joke.
Yeah. The people who advocate for open carry, A, don't understand human psychology, and B, are idiots. Anytime I've ever seen someone open carrying, it's like an Uncle Mike's, or if it is Kydex, it's just like the basic pancake holster that goes on your belt and has zero retention whatsoever. And you're like, homie, I'm standing behind you right now, and that 1911 can come home with me.
For me, it's usually a Serpa whenever I see it at Walmart.
Really?
Or Hy-Vee. Yeah, it's usually a Serpa. So
okay.
It's a step above Uncle Mike's, but
right, slightly better. Yeah, but yeah, and so people are like, oh, it'll make bad people think twice, and you're like, why?
No,
no, you become the first target is what this shows,
or the target of someone who's crazy,
right? And these are also people who've never watched active self-protection and seen the videos of cops or security guards standing at their post, not paying attention, and someone. Normally it's in Brazil or some other unpleasant place, and they take the gun, shoot him in the head, and run off. And you're like, oh, fuck. That dude just died for the gun. You people, the idiots on R2011 or RCCW who are like, oh, here's my $5,000 Infinity or my Staccato, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, yeah, homie, a $2,000 gun becomes its own reason to rob you.
Yeah.
That's or a gun in general is just a reason to rob you. People will break into places to steal a gun regardless of the quality or cost of it, because gun.
Well, there's a video I saw not too long ago. I don't know how old it is, but it's basically a dude open carrying in a cell phone store or something, and these two guys walk in, and one of them sees it and immediately just goes for it. Doesn't even think about it. It's just a tiger walked by, saw a gazelle, and pounced.
Yep.
Is exactly what it looked like. So, yeah. The only time I open carry is when I'm in the woods.
Right. If you,
That's when I open carry.
If you're out by yourself in the middle of nowhere, you do you, boo-boo.
Yeah,
Don't
whatever.
care.
I think concealed carry is kind of stupid in the woods, honestly.
Oh, 100%. Like, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It puts things in between you and your gun. And the reason you are concealing it is to have the safety of the concealment and the element of surprise, because person doesn't view you as threat.
Yeah.
So they like push you out of the way, stick gun into clerk's face, and you're like, huzzah, I have flanking position.
Mhm.
Whereas if you are at the counter getting your smokes and they're like, that dude has a battle belt on and a glockenspiel, I think I shall take that from him and rob this store. Hooray! Like, you're not helping. And even if you are open carrying and you want to, like, oh, I'm going to like stop a bad guy, you don't have the legal protections to do that. Like, you're just some random dude violently confronting another dude in someone else's business. Like, just don't. It doesn't end well for you.
Moving on. The PCC World Shoot happened this weekend. Or this last week, I guess.
Was that in South Africa? Or is
No, that's the Handgun World Shoot is in South Africa. This is in Czech Republic.
Oh, super cool. That would be fun.
And they weren't allowed to have loaded guns or reload guns with the muzzle over the berm. Or, during the unload show clear, everybody had to basically learn how to do it muzzle down, which with a rifle wouldn't be really all that hard to do, just make sure, but because it was a range rule and they were going to DQ people if they didn't do it. Or is it an IPSC rule?
So
I guess I never heard. I just knew it was a thing.
So from what I picked up from the limited chatter I saw about it, is it's kind of an IPSC thing, but it's also just a general rule of ranges in Europe.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, it wasn't like you Americans, we're going to get you. It's like, no, this is just what we do. Like, this is our version of, just like how we allow, muzzle up to be kind of whatever. And you can walk over to the berm and just like put your gun in a bag, which feels kind of weird. If you think about it, it's like, oh yeah, here, let me just walk around with this gun. Like, I'm just gonna be over here. Don't worry about it. But yeah, it's just one of their rules is no barrel above berm. Which I don't know how they do it, because everything I do requires barrel above berm is not that hard for someone who's almost as tall as the berm.
Well, it depends on the berms for sure. So the overall winner in PCC Optics was a dude named Pavel Zenkar from Slovakia.
Hell
he
yeah.
beat Max Leograndis, who got second place. Kyle Litzy, let me look at the actual results. I was looking at the email I got. Max. I knew Max got second place. Kyle Litzy got fourth. This gun that Pavel Zenkar was shooting, though.
Okay.
There's another really interesting rifle in the Irons division we're going to talk about here too. He's shooting a Grand Power Strebog SP9.
Oh, brother. Ew.
It's I'd never heard of it or seen it, and it is not a handsome firearm. It kind of
it looks like it's B&T APC 9 like methed out cousin.
What's the CZ called? Scorpion?
The Scorpion?
Yeah, it looks like an uglier Scorpion.
Yeah, a Scorpion that's like missing some of its bits and pieces.
Yeah. It's just very boxy and clunky, but hey, it won a world shoot, so what do I know?
Right. You can't talk too much shit about it when it's like
it just looks weird.
Right. It's like how Canik won multiple national titles, and you're like
one limited.
Right. And you're like, well, I can't give the gun shit because, well, multiple time national champion. But
yeah.
Now they are a good value. I do know that.
But Max shoot. What is Max shoot? An AR of some kind.
It's an AR variant of some sort.
Is it a JP5?
No, it's from one of the more boutique places.
Oh, okay. Because JP's not boutique. A JP5 is not a boutique rifle.
Oh no.
It's not.
Nope.
Okay. So explain to me how someone else's AR 9mm is more boutique than an adapted MP5 into an AR rifle for $4,000 or whatever it is?
Because boutique and price don't always go next to each other. It's a small company that makes maybe 100 rifles, whereas JP is making 100 JP5s while they make 1,000 GMR 15s and another 1,000 GMR AR 15s. So
I always think of boutique as in
it's a Mean Arms.
Okay.
That's the company.
What was that goofy word Steger liked for a while that he said all the time? It was it meant custom, but it was like a more pretentious version of custom. Oh, I cannot think of the fucking word. God.
Let's see.
Oh! It's on the tip of my tongue and I can't think of it. Anyway. So Max got second. Going down the line, just because I don't know who any of these other people are, I'm just gonna go off of the list of what the U.S. shooters did. Kyle Litzy got fourth. Justine Williams was eighth overall. Zach Smith got ninth. Scott Green got 10th. Tom Castro got 13th. Eric Graffel got 15th in the match. He's not American, but notable name. Lena Michalek got 17th. And I wonder what she was shooting. 17th.
Because she used to shoot MPXs, but I don't know if
the
MPX.
But was she shooting her the other thing? I can't think of any words today.
And I thought I was going to be tired. I just drove for 7.5 hours straight.
I can't think of what.
Yeah, I have no idea what Lena shoots.
Okay.
I just know that, she used to be a SIG shooter. I don't know if she still is.
No, she is. But it was the,
You are on the struggle bus today. Let's
I am
go.
all over the place. God damn it. What is that fucking, it's the pistol thing, the Flux Raider. That's what it is. God damn it.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was trying to think of. And then I was also trying to look up on thesaurus.com like synonym. I just opened a beer. I don't know what's wrong with me. Synonyms for custom. And I can't think of what that dumb word was Steger was using there for a while all the time. But bespoke. There it is. Yes, I found it. And it was in my brain. It wasn't even in website. But anyway, I feel so much better now. Now, the really cool gun at PCC World was not in the optics division. It was in the irons division, and it belonged to the gold medal winner of the iron division, Brian Nelson. Did you see any of the videos of him shooting?
Yeah.
Oh, God. It gave me wood. It basically looks like an M16, but it's an iron sight.
No, A1.
Whatever.
Well, it makes a difference.
Well, I mean, was his handguard the triangle shape?
I'm trying to remember it now. Because, let's see.
Now I have to look for that. God damn it.
Yeah, we are killing it this time.
Oh, I know. We are.
It's an A1 pattern, so he was shooting iron sights with an A1.
Oh, it is the triangle handguard one. Yeah. Okay. It's a
crazy.
fun gun, though. Good on him for shooting such a. I mean, I don't know how many others were shooting with that, but probably not a lot. But it's cool. As soon as I saw it, I was like, "That's dope." I love that gun.
How many iron sight shooters were there?
Well, let me go look.
Because this is the one category that USPSA does not have.
I'm looking at overall. Oh, that was PCC optics. Hold on. Okay, that is optics. Now I'll go to the bottom, and there was holy balls, 704 shooters in optics.
Yeah, they get some people through their matches.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, now the irons. I'm guessing there were fewer. Yeah, there was only 98.
I mean, still, they had as many iron shooters as some section matches.
Yeah, that's true. Brian Nelson got first. Andre Desautels, I think he's from Minnesota. Got let me see. Yeah, he got the bronze. He got third. And then the team stuff, PCC Irons, we got the gold. And let's see. Did we get gold as a team in that? PCC Optics overall, yes, we got the gold. So
the women's team got gold too.
And Lady Gold, or no. Optics Ladies and Optics Super Senior, all got gold. So there you go.
Look at us. We're kind of okay at shooting.
Also, let's see. What division was he in? AJ Anthony. What division was he in?
Who is he?
He's a 3-gun shooter. He's a pretty good shooter. MR Open. Mini Rifle Open. Yeah, he got gold in Mini Rifle.
What is Mini Rifle?
I don't really know.
we
I think it's 22.
We're just beacons of knowledge today.
I don't know. I would hear about it and I'm like, okay. Like I don't know what it is. Let's see. This is great pod, by the way. I'm just gonna say we have no idea what Mini Rifle is. We just don't know. Caliber. How about the word caliber? Yeah, it's mini. It's 22. So
see, there's another division we can add to USPSA. Let's go.
No. No. Nope. Okay. Let's see. Moving on. Patreon.com/Not Another Shooting Show. It's only $3.57 a month. We had several people join us on the Patreon here over the last week. I can think of a few off the top of my head. Tristan and Robert and Brent, North Dakota Brent, who now lives in Denver. He also signed up, and several other guys as well who I can't think of off the top of my head. But thank you so much for joining the Patreon. It's only $3.57 a month, and you get 2 entire shows every single week. Go to our Reddit, reddit.com/r/NASS. That's the initials for Not Another Shooting Show. We have a good time in there. We had lots of video things in there. We'll get to one of them here in a little bit, Steven. Let's see. MW Activewear, best jerseys you can get, and they all come with names on them. That's the best part about it. Area 3, last I checked, there was 93 slots open, but I don't know where it is as of right now. Cornhusker Classic is sold out. The match book is out. The stages are out. And I counted 4 memory stages, or 3 memory stages. Jeff agreed with me, so.
Yeah. At least how they're put in the book, they don't look as straightforward as my drunk ass hopes they would be.
And then Free State Championship, August 30th. There is a wait list for that one. Cornhusker is just coming up here on the 7th and 8th. So.
Yep. So we're 2 weeks out from that one.
Yeah, not even.
What? So for Cornhusker, are you going to practice like you want to do well, or are you just like, fuck it?
No, I'm gonna practice a little bit before I go. I mean, I'm not gonna go hard like this is the one, this is the match. Like, no, I'm not gonna do that. But I'm gonna practice. You know, I'll go to the range probably once this coming week, and once the week of the match, and yeah, that's what I'll do.
Okay.
And you know, I guess I don't really. Like, you talk about studying the day before the test. Like, I don't do that. Like, I'm either prepared or I'm not. The thing I need to do most is to just, I like to have an idea of where and how confident I am in transitions. You know, going from something that's like 45 to 90 degrees. Close stuff I don't worry about. You know, when it's like, you know, you're just moving the gun a few inches to transition to targets that are just a few feet away. But when it's like a 45-degree angle, that's where it gets all squirrely and wider ones. So that's what I like practicing the most right before a match, is just sort of like, hey, dummy, remember to like ease into it when you stop on a target. You know, it helps you from dragging on, dragging off, Steven. Just saying. Someone said that triggers you, but anyway, I don't know what that's all about. But speaking of the guy who told me to mention that,
you're just outing everybody.
I'm outing everybody. I'm even, because I knew I was gonna talk a little bit of shit about Steven, I'm even drinking the whiskey he bought me like a year ago. I think he gave
that?
it. No, I have so many. And it's good. It just wasn't like, it's not a regular old bourbon, so it's not like my favorite, and it's mildly peaty, but it's good. Right. I forgot. Cut spike. It's good.
Everyone gives you the bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, dude. I don't know how it happens. It just does.
It just does. I am the old fashioned drinker. No one's giving me old fashions, and I hate all of you. I mean, sort of.
I'll buy you a bottle of Costco old fashioned.
You haven't tried that yet. So I was not at the rifle match, and I was berated for it heavily.
But you weren't even in town, so
yeah, I had to go visit my dad because it was either visit him this week or don't go to Cornhusker Classic. So actually, that's false. I got my week. I forgot about next week. So my dad has this event where he helps sponsor this horse ride, and so I'd always go out to be helpful. And this year he doesn't need me, but it's always the first week of June, or the first weekend of June. So I thought it was going to line up exactly with Cornhusker Classic. So I was like, shit. So I was like, hey, I'll come out for Memorial Day, blah, blah, blah. So, and then like a few days before I left, I saw the guy who puts on the horse ride be like, hey guys, we're like 11 days out. And I'm like, that math doesn't add up. Ruh-roh. And so I realized that I'd gotten all of my weekends screwed up. So, anyways, I wasn't in town because I was visiting my father on the other side of Nebraska. It's a 7.5 hour drive if you drive the speed limit, which is bullshit. It rained the entire time I was there. But back in Omaha, at the match that I was berated for not being at, a certain cheap ass motherfucker made his AR go boom boom. And they spent an inordinate amount of time trying to clear it once it went off, because
what happened to Austin? I mean, what happened to this person?
To this unnamed unknown person.
Did I out someone again? Oops.
So what he thinks happened is it was an overcharged round. The case bulged out, extractor bent, blew the base plate out of the mag. And so it locked up the entire gun. They had to use a fault line nail to hammer it out.
That's pretty good.
Our buddy Nick says I shouldn't buy the absolute cheapest factory reloads I can find.
Probably not.
I mean, I just said that, he blew up his $300 AR. Maybe it's time to break out his $400 AR. It'll be fine.
Maybe.
It'll be fine.
Maybe. I'm trying to find the scores for that, and I can't find it because nothing is in order.
No. The reason you can't find it is because the match director of the match, a certain quote unquote Lane, and or Steven, because Lane doesn't know how to run any of the technical side of it. They called it HF Carbine May 25.
Oh God!
So they fucked up the naming convention.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Yep. So they ended up only having 27 shooters. There were 11 of us that signed up and did not show up. So I was not alone in that. We had almost zero of our local 3-gunners shoot it, which,
Really?
Yeah. Yep. There's no one on here that I know of as there's one that I would say is a 3-gunner on this list of 27. So, Steven, if he wasn't such a fucking pissant, could have beat Lane and made him feel really fucking bad because he only lost by 3%. And fucking Steven put 2 mics on a stage. God damn it, Steven. You could have defeated Lane. How funny would that have been?
Well, and he didn't he was only 16 or 14 alphas behind Lane. So, and had 11 more Charlies and 3 Deltas. So, I mean, another thing that helps drag on, drag off is aiming.
Yeah, take that. Extra
You know, if you aim, it helps to not do that.
And you could have defeated the lanes. You had 3 mics. Any one of those could have brought you the glory of the defeat of Lane at his rifle match.
How pissed would Lane have been?
Oh, I can
would
tell
he
you
be throwing shit?
Oh, well, because it would happen afterwards. I don't know, but I may have commented that I don't know if the world could handle me defeating you at your own match. He goes, kind of like predicting Armageddon. If Achilles had won at Moscow in 41, I mean, he wasn't there. I was like, he would be very, very, very upset, and it would be gloriously hilarious.
So Austin's, like, his gun didn't blow up. He had some parts go flying, but
it became inoperable, and so he had to borrow Nick's gun for the rest of the match and Nick's ammo because Nick would not allow him to put his shit ammo through his gun.
Did he buy it, or was it reloads, or what was it?
He says they're factory reloads, which means meh. I mean,
Factory real. Well, I mean, yeah, there's some companies that make remanufactured ammo.
Yeah, so I mean, Superbell and there's a lot of companies that will take 556 brass or 223 brass and redo it and blah blah blah. But like, you are taking a risk. I mean, we take a risk with Superbell as a concept, and you don't end up saving like a ton of money. But Austin's so fucking cheap that that extra $20 it really makes a difference when you have to buy a new extractor and a new base pad and a new mag.
I mean, you know, if you're gonna have to buy new parts for it, you know, at least he already saved the money on the ammo.
Correct.
Anyway, so Jeff mentioned he drove all the way to the other side of Nebraska, and it rained the whole time he was there. I drove up to West Central Minnesota because my nephew graduated from high school, and I haven't pulled a trigger since Great Plains.
Yep.
I didn't dry fire at all last week. I didn't shoot a gun. I did bring Jeff's PCC with the intention of going out to either the gravel pile or the manure pile, whichever one happens to be there, and shooting the PCC into a steel target that I left up there. But we never quite got around to that because my son was having too much fun driving four-wheelers around, and I was really enjoying having absolutely nothing to do to the point of boredom.
It is so relaxing.
It was by the third day, I was ready to leave.
Yes.
And that's when we left, was the third day.
Right.
But it was very, very relaxing because I brought my laptop. I could have done stuff on there, but I didn't.
And it's for those who need to hear it, it's okay to take those days. And like Andy said, you only need one, maybe 2 of them. And then you're like, okay, now I've got energy to go do things again. But like, take a day where you just do fuck all. It's great. It's good for you.
But today was a day I easily could have run down to the range. It was gorgeous until about 3:30 today before it started raining here. I didn't, because I have for a long time wanted to fix I have this old Chevy Impala. It was my daughter's car. Now it's back to being my work beater that I drive every day. And it's got like 139,000 miles on it. And like a lot of GM cars, after they get so long in the tooth, anytime you adjust the vents, you know, like the temperature, then it starts going this loud clicking noise from behind the dash. It's a part called a HVAC actuator. All it does is turn a paddle that redirects air. And the little plastic gears inside them, the teeth get eaten off, and then they stop working. And they make a hellacious noise that makes you want to pull your earlobes off of your skull. So I spent Fuck. Well, I only spent about 20 minutes replacing the one that's on the passenger side because that one's easy to get to through the glove box. The one that's on the driver's side, that's like pretty much directly above the gas pedal, behind a bunch of wire harnesses and metal and dash. It was like solving a 5,000 piece puzzle, trying to figure out how to get 2 screws and a wire harness off of this thing. It was insane. Oddly enough, after spending, I bet I spent an hour and a half trying to get the fucking thing out, at least. And then after I got it out, and this included, it doesn't include the 45 minutes I spent at a hardware store looking for tools. Like, how am I going to do this? Okay, I've got the 5.5 millimeter socket, and it's a 1/4 inch socket. Okay, so I've got like a 6 inch extension. Okay, so I need a U joint one for that. But maybe I should get a 1/2 inch adapter or a 3/8 adapter, because then I could use my bigger 3/8 ratchet to go with that. I'm standing in the aisle at the Ace Hardware like a fucking moron, just like doing as much autism as I can to try and figure out how I'm going to unscrew 2 screws from a plastic fucking HVAC actuator in a shitty old Chevy Impala so that I don't murder anyone from click. So finally, I got them both done. And then I turn it on and it doesn't do the thing. I'm like, oh, that's wonderful. Okay. So, and it did its little, the thing I was worried about, it has to calibrate itself and like make sure it's on the right setting, for where it is. But I did all that correctly and it worked. So when I put on the cold, it's cold. When I put on the hot, it's hot. And that car, for whatever reason, whenever you turn off the air conditioner, when you turn on the AC, it automatically goes to recirculate. And when I shut off the air conditioning, it started going, I was like, son of a bitch! So there's a third one in there that's doing it too that I was not aware of. But it only does it with that little thing. It's not as annoying as it was the rest of the time, and so it's fine. And I actually bought a whole kit that's all 4 of them. So I have the part. I just didn't want to figure out where it went today. So that's what I did instead of shooting this weekend was all of that. Didn't do a lick of anything other than I went and got my extra long Glock mag and threw it in your bag. That's it. That was as much shooting stuff as I did.
Yeah, I brought my guns with me because I was like, oh, I can dry fire. And then I laid on the couch and watched John Wick. And I came to the conclusion that if you view John Wick 4 as a satire, it's way better than it actually is.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Oh, don't.
Completely not worth it.
You know how by the third one, you're starting to get a little like, okay, this is getting a little off the rails.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just put it this way. In number 4, he gets hit by 3 cars in 5 minutes, and that's not the end of the movie.
Oh.
Like,
okay.
It's rough. Like, there's like the suits are armor plated somehow, but they don't weigh like armor, and so they just run around with their suits held up so that it can't get shot for some reason, and it's like that's most of the movie.
So it's become like a weird superhero hybrid movie.
Correct. He's battling armies of henchmen and like minor bosses. None of them take headshots for some reason. Giant, massive gun battle in the middle of Paris, and no one reacts to it because, you see like 12 guys get fucking killed on the Champs-Elysees, and you're just like, France. But yes, for those who have not seen John Wick 4, don't. Just stop.
Okay.
It ended at 3. Just accept that it ended at 3 and everything's fine.
And 3 was okay.
It was starting to get a little cray cray.
It was a step back.
Yep.
Well, I thought one is the best by far. 2 is very good.
Yes.
Because
they the thing you liked about it is it felt semi-real.
Mm-hmm.
Two,
yeah, it was still plausible. The first one is, I mean, I don't know many assassins.
Right.
Really.
There's a lot of assassins, and their world building, the more you try to logic it, the less it makes sense. But like the first one, you're like, okay, as long as I accept the premise, this makes some sense. Like the action's not super over the top. It's like,
it's intense. It's cool, but it's not crazy.
Right. 2 starts getting a little crazy.
We spent too much time at Terran Tactical.
Right. Too much time at Terran Tactical. We spent a little, the whole
no one takes cover.
fight.
They just keep charging, and they get shot from 4 feet away.
Right. The henchmen are like, oh, that's the greatest assassin in our world. Let me charge at him after watching 23 of my friends die. And then, so like 2, if you've never watched a series before, you watch 1 and 2 and you're done. Just stop right there.
Yeah, you'll be very happy with it.
Right. 3 starts to go down a hill, and it's not. It's unbelievable, but it's not like over the top.
My favorite part is the Matrix with birds.
Yes,
like Lawrence Fishburne's there with his birds, like some weird,
right. He
Matrix
runs
callback.
Yeah, and he makes that in the final fight scene. He says, "I need guns, lots of guns," and it was a massive Matrix throwback. And yes, Lawrence Fishburne is the king of the homeless people because whatever, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And like the homeless people like turn in their suits at the end of the day and go home or something. Again, the series makes less and less sense as time goes on, but 4 just don't. He falls off a 3-story building, and that's after he got hit by the 3 cars. and he still walks away like nothing happened. And I'm just like, no. Like the original one made like some sense because you felt like there was some type of jeopardy. By the 5th time they've been hit by a moving vehicle, you're like, nope. I don't agree with this. Also, fun fact about the John Wick series. This has been confirmed by the director or the writer. It all takes place in a 6-month period.
What?
So, yeah. So the whole John Wick, not trilogy. What is it with a 4?
Quadrilogy.
Okay. Well, I've never heard
saga.
it, but we'll go with it.
Let's call it a saga.
Yes. The John Wick saga takes place in a 6-month time frame from when the shitheads kill his dog to 4, the end of 4, we're going to say the end of 4 is 6 months. So all the bullet wounds, all of the gotten hit by cars, all of the fights, all of that, all the explosions, 6 months.
Wow.
Right. You're just like, huh. That doesn't make any sense.
How about that? We had video that was posted on our Reddit this week by Steven.
Or was it by Timmy?
Well, Timmy made the video.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
And Steven posted it. And actually, Timmy sent me the video. I wasn't going to post it. Like, I'll let Steven post it if he wants to, because I felt like, posting it would sort of, even though it was Steven, it felt like it would cross a line. So I didn't want to post it, but he posted it, and it's the stage he should have DQ'd on at Great Plains.
One of the stages he should have DQ'd.
Well, with an overhead camera view that is very, very clear. Like his muzzle, he has just come off the side port, and his muzzle is at least even with the corner of the 2 walls, and he's not past the corner of the 2 walls yet. It's pretty evident. It's pretty obvious. And I got to give Steven props for actually posting it and saying, yep, I got away with one. And it's something to learn from, not only for shooters, but for ROs as well. And
stage builders.
And stage builders and designers, because, I mean, yeah, he did it. I I talked to the guy who was the timer RO about it, and he's like, yeah, I couldn't see it because of the angle. And it's pretty obvious he couldn't see it because right when he breaks 180 is when the gun's pulled in tight to his body. So there was not a chance for him to see it at all, even though he was pretty sure based on the way his shoulders were pointed. He's like, I was pretty sure he did it. And yeah. Now, the thing I want to talk about more than anything when it comes to this is the start position. So is that stage better or worse? Does it really change the stage if the start position is something other than downrange of the first target, everybody wants to shoot first, and forcing all the righties to move back and left up range and then back and left up range again?
Right.
If it had been an outside the shooting area, straight behind where the start marks were that you had to touch on the wall, is the stage any worse?
I don't believe so. I agree with you 100%. Like you said, put the start marks on where the two walls meet at the L, start outside shooting area, or like you said, put it on that side, because the only difference is there were a few people who used that port that on that wall, and those watch Steven's video, the first port that you can engage targets through. You had to engage one target through there, but after that, everything else was visible from other places.
I did shoot a second target through that port because I was shooting 10-round gun.
Right. I saw a few people shoot 2. I saw one person, I think, shoot 3 targets through there, maybe. But it did create an option for people to do things. But
the start position didn't create the option, though.
A little bit, because you had to come past that position, whereas
but you had to go to that position no matter what.
Right,
there was one target you had to get from there.
Right. But if you started me on the far left, I'm only taking the one target through there. If you start me at that little L, I'm probably still only taking that one target. I mean, I only took the one target. I'm just throwing out the options because everyone jerks off about having options.
I think anybody shooting high cap, it was not worth shooting more than one target through there. I think the capacity dictated that.
Right. And so at its core, I don't think that start position did anything to differentiate the shooters at a core level. I think it added, the draw 2 steps shoot, and then 3 steps to that far position, and then you came back to the port. It was basically either you went all the way to the edge, shot the far targets, and then went to the port, or you went to the port, then to the far edge, and then ran all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
So there was not really anywhere to differentiate it. And like you said, if you start it toes touching rear fault line in line with the start position as it was, that section still remains the same.
Pretty much, yeah.
And so I don't think it changed much. I mean, some people will say the hands on wall changed it, but
now when you got to move before you shoot anyway.
Exactly.
If there had been a target immediately available, then it's a factor, but it wasn't.
Right. It wasn't. And so it definitely it was a start position that created risk for very little differentiation. And that's something that happens a lot with stage building is you're like, oh, I'm going to add this. I'm going to add this. I'm going to add this, or I want this to be different. I want this to be different. And you're like, it's hard to sometimes ask yourself, why?
Well, here's the thing. And I'm not bringing this up to talk shit. I mean, Aaron designed a cool stage. I don't know if he chose the start position or if Josh did. But I'm not throwing them under the bus for this. It's just sort of a thing I learned from this stage. It was, okay, if I have a stage in a match I'm running and there is a start position like this, and it's going to create this sort of risky, dangerous thing, okay, is the stage drastically worse because of changing that, or is it drastically better because it's where it is? And And that was just something I was thinking out loud before we started the show, and Jeff said, "Hey, shut up, let's talk about it on the show." I'm like, "Oh, good idea, let's do that."
We've had 30-minute conversations where we're like, should have been recording
this. But that also would have been required editing, and I don't like doing that big of an edit. It's a pain in the ass. I'm gonna look really hard at any stage in a match, like Area 3 coming up. If there's a downrange start position like that, okay, where are my DQs going to come from on this?
Right. And there's a number of people who'll be like, it's a level 2, like burp, burp, burp. And you're like,
no, I know.
Right.
But
and you're like, okay, cool.
Here's the thing. It wasn't just an uprange start. It was an uprange shoot and more uprange movement right afterwards.
Right.
It was a super close hosey target through that port. And that's what sort of invited what happened in Steven's video that you see on the Reddit.
Right.
Is because there was a target and then more movement uprange. And again, I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus for the design. I thought the stage was cool. I thought it was a really good stage. And
it is hard, like as a stage designer.
And this is all hindsight 2020, by the way.
Right.
Like, I didn't see this before it happened.
and you never do. I got asked to build a stage last minute, and I took something that me and Lane had done in training and was like, oh, hey, I'll just make a stage based off that. And then afterward, Steven goes, weren't you the one who made fun of everyone for making 180 traps? And I was like, huh? And he goes, dude, this is a fucking 180 trap. And I thought about it, I was like, oh, I just created like 4 180 traps, ruh-roh. Like you don't know it till you're in the moment. So this is where, like, I don't want to be I'm not trying to be a dick, but like, go find your local C-class shooter and go run this, because their brain and the way a GM, an M, an A, and a B, and a C, and a D class shooter, not to mention each division, looks at a stage is different.
Yeah.
And go ask them and be like, hey, run this real quick. Or go find the 70-year-old C-class shooter and go, hey, run this real quick. How would you run it? Because they're going to come up with the weirdest fucking plan you've ever seen. And you're like, what the fuck just happened? I once had a guy, we had 2 walls that were in the bases, but they were kind of like loosey-goosey in the bases. And so they'd kind of like separated a little bit. This 70-year-old motherfucker was like, well, it's less time for me to sneak my way through that, like 2 walls bending away from each other than it is to go around the position. And I was like, who the fuck? What? Like, I didn't even think about that. And they're like, yeah, that's why you zip tie those together. And I was like, got it. So now if the 2 walls are separated too much and there's a way for someone to get through them, they get zip tied. So it's something you only learn afterwards, but it's something to also think about. It's like, does a start position make a stage better? We give Andy a lot of shit for like the unloaded starts that happened a couple years ago because there were several of them. But like Andy said, if you have more than 10 feet of movement, did that unloaded start mean anything?
Yeah. If it's stand and shoot right away, or there's only a couple steps, then yeah. Then it
might make a difference.
Doing something, yeah.
Or hands above shoulders, or
when there's a 5-yard run before you shoot.
Right.
It always makes me laugh.
Right. Like, think about, does this change the challenge for everybody, or is it something that everyone can eat in the time you have given them? So yeah, it's like, oh, wrist above belt, handgun unloaded, but holstered, mags on belt, but you have a 10-yard run to your first shooting position. You're like, well, this is just fucking like pointless. Like, cool, I got to avoid my double action. Yay? This didn't change the stage. And so like, people try to differentiate through start positions a lot, or they try to get really fancy with your start positions.
Start positions can make or break a stage.
They can, but they can also be why a stage gets thrown out, because you've gone, especially at locals, if you're like, hands touching mark, mags on barrel, handgun, holstered, but and like every step you add to it creates a space where someone fucks it up, or it like creates a complication, but not necessarily for the shooter, but for how to run it. And so like just being like handgun load and holster, start wherever you want. There's no question. You start wherever the fuck you want, handgun load and holster, go. But the more you add to it, the more risk you have of, oh, was it toes or was it heels? Was it feet touching? Was it inside the shooting area or outside the shooting area? Was it like every time you add one of these, you create a point of failure where I've watched an entire squad shoot a stage wrong. Like we had a stage, and it was a Nick stage. It was a good stage. I hated it because it required 2 low ports, because he's a dick. But it was start position, hands on mark, but he didn't delete the mark from another stage or from another time that wall had been used. So when we watched someone else's video, so our start position was in the front, which made the stage kind of, you know, a little choppy, a little unfun. Another squad shot it from the back, and it was super easy from the back. And you're like, well, fuck. Now that stage at a major would be thrown out. At a local, we're like, fuck it. It's already posted. Don't care. But like, it's those little things. If, you know, heels touching versus toes touching, you know, maybe that doesn't matter. But maybe toes touching means you're outside the shooting area, and heels touching means you're inside the shooting area.
Right.
That fucking matters.
Yeah, that's why there was a start position on one of the stages at Great Plains where they just didn't. Bruce actually was running around with orange paint, painting all of the fall line that needed orange paint, but he didn't think to go paint old marks that were like black marks. And so there was one stage where everybody thought that these marks were the start position.
It was a steel swinger stage, wasn't it?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, because
there were like the orange X's, Cerakoted X's outside the shooting area where you were actually supposed to start, or was that a stick? One or the other.
I think it was the X's or whatever it was. There was a distinct shooting area or shooting start position outside the stage that did tell me, oh, okay, cool. But again, one and another thing about stage design is ask yourself, does this give a challenge to separate people in the way you want it to separate people? So if you're making a stage and you're like, I'm going to have a 25-yard sprint to the last 2's targets.
That's dumb.
It's dumb because all you're incentivizing is the people who've got fast feet. So all your old people, all your maybe heavy set people who could be very good at shooting but don't have fast feet, you just completely negated them from the challenge because they have to do that. And for those of you like, oh, well, they should be in better shape. How about this? You have to put a 140-pound drag dummy on your shoulder and run. For me, that's no problem. I'm 300 pounds. I'm 6'9". I don't fucking care. Let's go get a 140-pound drag dummy. I have no problem with this challenge. 110-pound female shooter is not going to be able to complete this challenge.
Even a really good one who's in really good shape.
Right. Is not going to be able to complete this challenge because it's an unreasonable challenge. So it's figuring out, okay, am I making people do a 20-yard run for no reason? Or is there like, oh, hey, like this is because like the 100-yard bay at Great Plains could kind of fall into this, where it was a 10, 15-yard little run where you weren't technically doing anything.
Actually, it was not as far. You're remembering it being a lot farther than you think it was.
Because I was busy thinking about something else.
Yeah. It was like 5 yards, maybe 6 or 7 from one shooting area to the next. It was about the right amount of space to reload your gun if you didn't fuck it up.
Correct. If you weren't trying to process a malfunction. But someone was like, why are you even reloading? I'm like, did you not see the gun out of battery when I started running? Like, I didn't know what the problem was, but I knew getting a new magazine in there was a better option. So going back to this conversation, it's like, figure out good ways to separate people. Because there's also bad target ways to separate people. Like 20-yard headshots over no shoots. that's not a reasonable challenge. Like, unless you've got a squad of the super squad is coming through and you're like, you know what? Fuck these guys. Like, sure. Or they're all going to spend exactly 1 second going bang, bang. And you're like, cool. There was no separation there between the group.
No. I mean, the good shooters are all going to do that, and the not as good shooters are going to do that, plus they're going to eat penalties.
Right. And just like same idea is if one of me and Andy's favorite stages is putting every target about 5 yards out. It's really fun to hose the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
There's not much separation between skill levels. Like, as long as you can keep that fucking gun moving and stick that reload. Oh, a 16 or 18 hit factor on a 32 round stage. Oh, it feels so good. But there's no separation of skill set there. It's just, did you stick the reload? Yeah. And that's okay. It is okay to have a fun stage. But if you're designing a level 2 stage,
I still think it's okay at a level 2.
Yeah, to have one of these at a level 2, because it is a skill set we need to have, and you'll actually catch a lot of the tryhards with it, because tryhards have most of their training done at 15 plus yards, because that's where they know for every other style stage, that's where they're going to make up the time.
The number of guys I saw screw up that steel stage on Instagram this past week, since, oh my God, it was amazing. There's so many people who just we're not hitting the steel. Yeah.
And that's a great example of a simple challenge that feels like it should be easy is where you're actually going to get people to fuck up. Mm-hmm. If someone goes, that's a hard as fuck shot, and everyone in the squad goes, that's a hard as fuck shot, they're going to spend the exact amount of time going, that's a hard as fuck shot. So like the far paper on the 100-yard bay, most people sat there and went bang, bang, maybe through a third one.
A lot of triples were thrown at that target.
Lot of triples, maybe a quad or two. And then the steel, you just put your dot on it, bang, nothing, bang, nothing, bang, bing, cool, I'm moving on. Like, it wasn't a place where you were going to win the match. It was a place where you could lose the match. But a tux at 5 yards, that's going to make a try hard go fast as fuck, because that's what our first stage was, the tux on the bottom, or no, open on bottom, tux on top, and then the 2 on the left.
The double bay.
Yeah, the double bay.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people tried to take that tux like backing up. And even Lane, he saw me doing it, air gunning it, and he goes, oh, someone who's not a fucking idiot. And I'm like, oh, thank you. That's his version of a compliment. And
air gunning it where you weren't moving and shooting a tux on the move?
Correct. I killed the open, went up to the tux, went bang, bang, and then went blah, blah. And this is another place that you can catch people who are like, okay, now I must turn around and start running to the back. That may or may not have been the other DQ point for the L. Steven. But yeah. And so, but because I was risk averse that day, I went, bang, bang, and then went back, Actually, I threw 3 at it because reasons. That steel stage, like you said, the steel were not at any kind of far distance. You had to be in kind of be in position to find them, because it was a
narrow window and you had to move to get at all of them.
Right. But your brain is telling you that's a big ass piece of steel. My dot is near it. I should pull the trigger. Nope. And anytime you can convince someone to try to leave on steel, that's a good way to catch people.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you get to do, because I did this on the steel swinging stage, the little shuffle.
The popper dance, as Steve Anderson calls it.
Yep, I did that. And so it's like, those are good ways to try to differentiate people. Tuxes at medium distance. Because if a tux at a far distance, anybody in GM is going to stop, put their dot on it, go bang, bang, and then move on.
How about a swinging IPSC tux at 7 yards?
Oh, I fucking hated that target.
I like that target a lot. I put 2 alpha on it.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. And I think I put 2 alpha on it. I don't know. That stage did not go well for me, but like I didn't feel like it wasn't going well for me. It was weird. It was one of those weird ones.
Yeah. That was the one that Craig absolutely burned down. I want to mention this one before we move on, though. I asked Craig for his video of the stage I was running, stage 1. That also had a side port, and he went past it and then came back. And I asked him, hey, can you send me your video? I'm not like trying to shit on you. I just wanted to see if I missed a DQ or if I was correct. Because like it was not obvious that he did not obviously break 180, so I didn't call it just the way you should. He sent me the video, not even close. Like he kept his gun at the right angle when he overshot it. He never, like his wrists were off to the right when he overshot it and came back. So his gun was never on the 180.
Right.
Does that make sense how I just described that?
Yep.
Like he just left the gun angled downrange a little bit. So when he came back, it never like went up range and around the corner to the target. It was just always downrange the whole time, and then not straight downrange, but I mean, he was close to the 180, but he never, like when he sent me the video, I was like, oh yeah, I was okay. There's a call I got right. Wasn't even close, and that was kind of cool to see. Like but in the moment, full speed with Craig's hair and ass on fire, it was tough to see because it happened real fast. But
right.
Anyway. I forgot to mention, I did add it to the rundown, Jeff. We have dad jokes, NASS Dad Jokes, back on the show. It's been a little while since we had these on there. I've got like 7 of them, I think. Yeah, 7. I had a lot of time in the car to do stuff this weekend. What did the cop say when his gun went off untouched in his holster?
Stupid Sig.
Someone, please send the video to Steger. I got one Yo Mama joke.
Okay.
Yo Mama's so fat, she mounts a rifle in her side boob. I happened to see a very large woman at a gas station. That inspired that one. What do you get when you cross a Glock and a Colt?
Pneumonia?
A cock. I thought that one was going to be obvious. I was waiting for you to give the punchline.
Yeah.
What did the incontinent man say when he shit himself again?
Wrong end?
It ends bidet.
Jesus.
Oh, come on. That was my favorite. Really?
Yeah, that one didn't land with me.
Bidet. Shit himself. This one isn't funny, but I like it. What do you call a guy that makes up shit and posts it on the internet?
A dude?
Coleon Noir. Okay, maybe it was funny. Why does Steven love barrels so much?
Because they're full of whiskey?
They get him drunk, they give him reshoots, and they don't go to Jesus when he double charges around. That's probably the best one. It's not my favorite, but it's the best one.
Yep.
And I have one more. Why can't the best service pistols be American?
Why?
Because if they were, they'd be Chinese. That was kind of a soft one, and I should have reordered them. Put one of the stronger ones last. But anyway, there you go. NASS Dad Jokes. All right. Well, on that note, what do we... Oh, I got to switch tabs. My bad. Okay. So, what would you do with $20,000 and you want to spend it on guns?
Yeah.
Does that mean literally guns or like gun stuff?
Gun stuff. So
gun stuff. Okay.
Someone walks up and they're like, "Hey, here's 20 grand, but it's kind of like a brewer's million. You got to spend $20,000, but it has to be gun related." What are you doing?
A brewer's what?
It's a
Brewster's Millions, the
Brewster's
movie.
Millions. Yes.
The Richard Pryor movie. Okay.
Richard Pryor. Yes. So, this a guy on Reddit asked this question, and my snarky answer was buy 2 Shadow 2s and a pallet of ammunition, and then I I got both dragged and complimented for that answer. It was a weird one.
That's funny. Who was dragging you for it? Like, what were they saying?
So one of them, so the guy actually commented, he goes, okay, well, that's just the guns. What else do I need? And I was like, so I just started listing, my setup. And so I put SROs on there, and this dude like took offense that I said SROs. Like, we're talking like four responses to like, I was like, oh, SRO, GRX holster with a boss hanger, MBX mags, or hitting base pads, AA mag pouches, lock grips, Cajun internals, CR speed. And the guy's like, no SROs. What a waste of good money. And I was like, bro, I was told I have a $20K budget. Why the fuck do I care about what the optics cost? And he was like, you can get 4 defenders for the cost of 2 SROs. I'm like, what? I don't know. You can't.
No, you can't.
I'm like,
you can get 1 1/4
right
defenders for 1. He's probably thinking of the cheaper one.
Yeah. But yeah,
not the XL.
So he got all butthurt about it. I got a couple upvotes, but that was kind of the main ones. But yeah, it's like so start from today. So we're not going to go back to, back to zero, but from today, someone gives you 20 grand and they're like, you must spend it on gun related shit. What are you buying?
The first thing I'm absolutely going to buy is a Fulton Armory M14.
Yep. That lines up. Yep.
Now, which one am I going to get? Am I going to get like a goofy EBR chassis rifle that weighs 40 pounds? Maybe. It's $4,300. Or just something a little more. Oh my God, I didn't know they had this. They have a Black Hawk Down DMR.
Really?
Basically patterned off of the Randy Shugart rifle. Oh, that's cool. Okay, sold. I'm getting that.
That was simple.
Yep, that was easy. Because I'm a weird right brain, left brain guy. I'm the creative type who also will start a spreadsheet to do this bit on a goofy podcast. So my Fulton Armory M14 is $3,815. I'm down to $1,600 or $16,000.
Okay.
What's a pallet of 308 gold medal match cost?
Fuck. Yeah, you're way over budget there, buddy.
Did I go over? Okay, a pallet of gold medal match 308. Yeah, probably.
Like a case of it's going to be fucking like $1,000.
Yeah. Well, let's just say ammo for M14 ammo. We'll say another $4,000.
Oh Jesus, you are really excited about this.
Well, yeah. No, I know all the internet hype about how M14s are dumb, but I had a good one and I like it. I like the aesthetic of it. It was a rifle my dad carried in Vietnam. And I like it.
So 7.62 by 51, correct?
Yeah, or 308, same, whatever.
Oh, okay, because they're 90 cents a round at best. So yeah, you're
okay. So I'm only getting like 4,000 rounds of ammo, but
right.
Okay. So there's one gun and a bunch of ammo. I'm down to $12,000.
With no scope?
Oh, yeah.
You putting good glass on it? You putting cheap glass on it?
Well, does this rifle come with a mount already? It does. It's already got a mount on it. Okay, so I don't have to buy that.
Because they do have a cool ass fucking scope in that movie.
Well, it was like a dot. It was like an aim point something or other. I can't remember exactly what it was. I used to be a member of a M14 forum. Like, you talk about autism. Whoa.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about the AK before.
Oh, God, yeah. But, no, I would totally get that.
Oh, yeah, it's just an aim point. Was the other one?
It was just an aim point, yeah. It was scopy looking. It wasn't like a modern dot. I mean, it was a 1990 whatever dot.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's one gun. Glass, I don't know.
It's called $1,000 for an aim point.
Well, that's the thing, though. I would probably want something a little more capable for a rifle like that. I'm going to, whatever scope I get is going to be like, I don't know enough about rifle shooting to I'm going to, probably like a I don't know. I'll put another $2,000 into a scope for it. Oh, you should spend as much on the glass as you do as a rifle. Not in 2025. That's dumb, because cheap scopes are pretty good these days. So,
right. And you're not trying to reach out to 2 miles. Like,
if I'm spending $2,000 on a scope, if I spend $4,000 on a scope, is it twice as good? No, it's not. And even the PRS nerds will confirm what I just said. So it's like, you spend $2,000 on a scope. Yeah, no, you're doing good. I think the most expensive scope I own is $600. But I'm not much of a rifle guy.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable to me as a non-rifle person. Because, like, what's a Vortex 1 to 10?
1 to 10, probably like 3,000.
Really?
Oh, that'd be a good. Whatever they're good. The Viper 1 to 10.
Yeah,
whatever that is. Vortex Viper 1 to 10.
This one?
Yeah, the Gen 3 first focal plane. I mean, their MSRP is going to be, MSRP is $4,000, but that's not the street price for it.
Okay, yeah, because I've found like the 1 to 4s are only like $300.
Shields. There it is. Okay, so it's $2,500 at Shields.
There you go.
So I'll change that to $2,500. That would be about scope. Okay, so I still got $9,600 to spend. What are you buying, Jeff? While I think about it.
So of course, I buy an M1 Garand, and 1,000 rounds of 7.62 30-06 Garand ammo, because I'm going to get the proper ammo for it. Plus bayonet. So based off modern pricing, that's like $3,000 right there.
Now, what?
Annoyingly.
Okay, the M1 you're going to get. What is it though? Are you getting an old one? Or are you getting? You can buy one. I think Fulton Armory makes those, so you could get a new production M1. I think you have to provide the receiver for it though. I believe. Yeah, you have to provide the receiver, so you'd have to go buy a receiver, send it to them, and then they'll build out the rest.
And I'm still looking at fucking $2,300. Like, so my number is still correct. It's just less fun. I like we've talked about before. I don't need it to be like a World War II one. I want a shooter one.
Yeah.
So I don't really care.
And even theirs aren't bad. They're like $2,400, $2,450.
Yeah. So I'm $3,000 right there.
Are you getting like Fulton Armory?
No, I'd probably go CMP, because
okay.
I think CMP sells complete rifles for about this price, or maybe a little bit less.
It depends on what you get.
I don't want one that's like thrown in the back of a truck and rode back there for 30 years.
No,
but also
like
don't need a nice one.
You're not necessarily. You can't just like, oh, I'm gonna get like a match grade M1 from CMP. Like, that's not necessarily a thing.
Right, so like expert grade?
If they have them, then you can, but they're often sold out.
Yeah, so I see expert grade on their website. It's $1,150, so I'm not against that.
Or $1,250.
Yeah, so I'm not against that pricing. That is not
You can get a non-functioning display. Oh, that's a 1903.
Yeah, so I'm starting there. I'd probably get a Ruger bolt action rifle that we talked about in the past. I want to say it was a scout rifle. What was it?
Oh yeah,
because the Ruger American. I wanted the precision, but you talked me out of that because it weighs like 17,000 pounds. I'd probably just get like the American Gen 2 standard. Okay. Like I get in 6.5 Creedmoor.
Okay.
Keep it nice and simple.
So about $600 there.
Right. Throw maybe get the same scope as you, a 1 to 10 on the top of it. Like, I feel like that would be a reasonable amount for it. Maybe.
It's so weird that like you can go crazy on the glass because you can get a really good rifle for cheap.
Yeah. Right, yeah, and that's the thing. It's the old argument. People are like, oh man, like they used to make them, and you're like, dude, fucking cheap ass rifles off the wall are sub MOA rifles nowadays. Like it does. Like manufacturing's gotten so good. So getting those two. Buying a Mossberg 590A1 with bayonet because I just need the bayonet. With a, you know, a case of buckshot.
What's that gonna run you?
Oh shit, that'll be sub $1,000 with the ammo.
Well, the ammo's probably gonna be about, I don't know what a case of buckshot goes for. I'm guessing 200.
Right, that was my assumption. 200 for that. I think the 590 is 600 maybe, and then the bayonet's like $80. So it's like,
okay, so like 600 for the shotgun.
I think so.
Okay.
And then,
well, you've got 3 guns. I still only have 1, and you have way more money left to spend than I do.
Oh yeah,
but I went big on my first gun.
Right. You because like then for me it comes down to like, do I get 2 Shadow 2 oranges for like $1,800 a fucking pop?
So I didn't even think of a gun. I'm already adding to mine. I'm going to get a pair of Ruger American Gen 2s. Ruger does not.
You're getting a pair of them?
I'm going to get a pair of them.
Okay.
And I'm going to spend like in the neighborhood of $500 on the scope for each of them. Because I just don't think I'm going to need that because I killed most of my stuff with scopes that cost $300 or less. So
that was kind of my assumption as well.
I'm going to get a pair. I want a 6-arc with a long barrel. And I want like a 308 with a short barrel. Are the 2 I would get.
Okay.
So about $1,100 on each total. I'm down to $7,400. You're down to $12,285.
So like, and this is where I get like boring as shit because a pallet of 9mm, $12,000. So
actually, you know what? I'm with you. If I had $12,000 left to spend, I'd buy a pallet.
So, because did I already show was your number with the 2 Shadow 2 oranges on it?
No, I don't have any Shadow 2 oranges.
Okay, because like,
you have a pair of Shadow 2 oranges you want to add to your list?
Sure, why not? There's $3,000 or 3,200, give or take. And then I forgot about one. Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 10 mil.
Oh, there you go. Okay. M&P 10 millimeter. That's going to run you 600. Or are you just getting the basic bitch?
Basic bitch, 5-inch barrel.
Okay.
And
6-inch or $600.
And then I got $400 in ammo.
Okay.
And grab a holster. So yeah, like, and then whatever's left at this point, it would just be 9mm, or it'd be 2 dots, grips, and send them to ship them to Vince to mill out so that I would have 2 more Shadow 2s for USPA, and then the rest I would just buy 9mm by the pallet if possible, because I don't know, that feels like a good amount of shit. Oh, I take that back. If I've got money just sitting and they're like, you must spend on guns, I feel like I need to own a 1911 in 45, but I just don't. It feels like something like Americans should do, but also as someone who's practical and knows how finicky they are when you run them hard, doesn't want a 1911 45, but
I forgot to put down ammo for your M1. How much in ammo were you buying for that?
I was going to just buy a case, so, like $500.
So like
$1,000, whatever.
Probably more like 1,000 for that 30-06 SKU would be my guess.
So yeah, I mean,
okay, you still got $3,800 left by my count.
I mean, okay, so now I feel
or you're just spending the 9mm ammo is going to be the remainder.
I can, because every time we've said it, I've thought of another gun.
Okay, get back on the mic though.
Oh, sorry. I was viewing off into the distance.
You were drifting a lot. I just added another Tac Sport orange.
See,
not a TS2, another TSO, because I like it better. I would go find. Actually, I'll go find another pair of TSOs. Figuring they're probably going to be used, but I'm still just putting like the old MSRP at $1,700 on there for each of them.
Let's see, can you still find?
And then I'm going to have to spend a little bit on cuts with Vince, so another like $400. Optic cuts. minus 400. Oops, I typed that in the wrong place.
You can still find tax forward oranges on
new? In 40 you can.
Oh, there's a 9mm one from. Oh, it does say used. If it is used,
Yeah.
these are good pictures. Like, it wasn't used hard.
And then a pair of dots that'll run me another 800. So now I'm down to $2,800. I'm gonna spend the rest on 9mm ammo.
Right. At the end of the day, just fucking because like the post that originally generated this, like people were saying, oh, their favorite rifle or their favorite this or favorite that, and one guy's like, get a Lage upper, and
what?
It's so they were saying get a Mac 11, which is the full auto like street sweeper shitty gun, and so a bunch of these made it onto the registry, and so a guy with the last name Lage made an upper for them that basically turns the shitty trigger pack of these horrible guns into whatever gun you want it to be. So like they have a 9mm upper that can take different mags. So they have like a one that takes Swomey mags. They have one that takes Thompson mags. They have one that takes fucking MP5 mags. And then they have like an AR version. Now it looks fucking stupid because imagine the trigger pack is in the very back with the stock. Then it needs to extend out, and then the chamber is in front of the trigger, like that much farther in front of the trigger pack, and then the barrel starts. So it's a very odd looking thing.
Yeah.
Upper.
Okay.
So
that's more nerd than nerd need nerd.
so
sure.
Says you. But
says America, says the world. That's insane.
Right. But it's a way to get around our silly little gun laws. But yeah, a person was like, oh yeah, you should just get this and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, full autos are only fun for a short period. And then they stop being fun.
With a 20 grand, but could you even buy one for 20 grand?
So the Mac 11s, you could get them for a while for like sub 10 grand. So they weren't cheap, but they weren't like obscene. Like an MP5 lower, full auto lower is like 40 grand. So they were seen as kind of the cheap entry into full auto. But like, it was, when the Lages were first being talked about, you could get a Mac 11 for like $4 grand because they're just awful guns to shoot.
Yeah.
Like just the worst. But the Lage upper takes an awful gun and makes it a decent gun. And so they became very expensive because people were like, oh, baby's first full auto. And again, they went up to like 10 grand, which feels like a lot of money, but there are people out there who spend 10 grand on a 1911. So like,
And like, if you're going to get, I suppose they're a little cheaper because they shoot 380s. Or is that the Mac 10 that shoots 380s?
Mac 10 shoots 380. Mac 11 shoots 9mm.
Oh, I had it backwards. I thought it was the other way around. Wait, no, this says, Mac 11 shoots either.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
What about Mac 10? Mac 10 is
there one in 45?
Oh, that's 45 or 9mm is the Mac 10.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So it's a little beefier build.
Yep. So yeah, they so that raised the price on them. So people were like, oh yeah, you should buy a full auto. And it's like, full autos are fun until you have to feed them a lot.
Yeah.
Then you're like, ooh. And your friend is like, oh, this is your ammo? Here, let me just blow through it. And you're like, ooh.
This is why everyone who owns an AR should own a 5-round magazine.
Yep.
Not for hunting, for friends who want to shoot their ammo. That's what that's for.
Yep.
100%. Well, I think we've done enough damage in this here episode. Thank you so much for listening, folks. We do really appreciate it. He's Jeff King. I'm Andy Erickson. This is Not Another Shooting Show.